Greetings. Stuart Orlando Morgan speaking here. Um, excuse me, I had a couple of people, about, I say 70, who seem to be fascinated with my aquarium and they like updates. Okay, well, for the newcomers, this is a 280-gallon saltwater reef aquarium. There is nothing fake in here. Every coral, everything is alive. And please do not tell anyone it's hard to keep. It's hard to keep if you do not educate yourself. You just can't put an aquarium together and expect for it to flourish. No, it takes time. And it takes effort. And I give you an example of something. If a fish is supposed to live 30 years and he lives 3 days, you're not doing something right. Plain and simple. The first thing you must do with every new specimen that you purchase is to quarantine them before you put them in your main system. A diseased fish can wipe out your entire aquarium. This is a toadstool leather anemone. You notice we have the clownfish there. Neon green finger corals. We got a few cleaner shrimp here. And when you dive in the ocean, these guys will actually clean your teeth for you if you open your mouth. They are in the tank to help clean off any parasites, if any. But I try not to have anything in my tank that's detrimental that way. We'll go down to these polythoa polyps here, and that's a Dejani Ting who wants to be in the camera. And those are two Bangai cardinals, a mated pair. These are zoanthic polyps. All of this is living coral. Everything here is alive. If you look down in the back, they're hiding now, but there's a couple of shrimps back down there also. Here's a flame hawkfish we call a Veronica. Here's more lovely polyps. Sea snails. And this one here in the middle is a newcomer. It's a hairy coral that I planted about 4 months ago. Up here is a lovely cabbage leather coral. Everything in here is alive. We have a lot of things in here that are nocturnal, that only come out at night, and they are buried in the sand. And they clean the sand. They eat fish poo and uneaten food and everything else, and this is why you keep the tank alive. If you see little tentacles in that snail shell, that's a little baby coral banded shrimp. Now here's something I hope you can see that hardly ever comes out in the daytime. I see if I can move the heater. And right there is a massive brittle star. He's very old. and he doesn't like the light, but he's another cleaner. He helps clean the tank. Everything that's on the bottom, he eats. See, he doesn't like being out. He's mostly nocturnal. And this thing I just was picking up, that's a heater, which never turns on because the ambient temperature is always proper in the house. And the purple stuff that you see growing on the glass, which I have to constantly keep scraping, is called coralline algae. Coralline algae is the building blocks of the reef system. That's beneficial algae that helps cement the rocks in the ocean. And it grows in here. All these rocks that you see are pinkish. Look at the back of the glass and my sterilizer tube being coated with coralline algae. It's very, very beneficial. It helps balance the pH and alkalinity. These scarlet and yellow fish are called royal grammars. We have 3 of those in here. Let's see if I can get a shot of those. Got a little closer shot. You can see 2 of the coral banded shrimp down there. You see they long tentacles? I'm going to back up a minute. That's a beauty there. That's called a coral beauty angelfish. He doesn't like to be on the camera. And now you remember I was telling you about quarantining. Oh, let me show you this rascal here. That's called a starry blenny. He helps eat up any unnecessary green algae that might tend to grow. And the reason why a lot of people have algae problems in their tank is the phosphates. They overfeed, they feed the cheapest of stuff, and they don't maintain their water chemistry. And that's why they fish die. And they want to know why my fish dying is because, first of all, you're buying a fish from the store or having it delivered, and you're not quarantining. You must quarantine everything before it goes into the main tank. Now in my recording studio, I have a quarantine tank I will show you in a minute. I don't like it being in there, but before I used to have a quarantine tank down here inside the cabinet, which is solid oak and steel. This thing is holding tons of water and rocks, including this aquarium. What happens is sometimes you can make a mistake if you have a quarantine tank underneath your tank, and you can accidentally maybe forget or something and put your hands in the tank after you had your hand in a quarantine tank, and you can spread a parasite that quick. Now I'm going to show you the quarantine tank. I don't like it in my recording studio. I can't stand it in there. But this is the quarantine tank here. This tank here is housing new fish. As I said, sometime when fish have their lifespan, they pass on and they must be replaced. In here we have yellow tang, we have 3 canary yellow wrasse, we have a blue dory tang, we have a blue-eyed tang here, and we have a splendid dotty bass. These 2 clownfish in the back, they remain in here because they're, well, actually 3, they're a mated pair. Now in here they stay for 90 days. There's also inside a green beta. He doesn't like to be out in the daytime either. There's a starry blenny right there. These guys I'm team for 90 days, sometime longer. And the yellow tang here and the blue hippo tang, which everybody knows by Dory, is still too small to be made in to be going into the main system. And these guys here, they sort of mean in this small tank. See, when you have a small tank like this, a lot of times it's a lot of aggression because there's no room. And you can't put live rock and things in the tank because the live rock will have parasites hiding in them. So that's why you see I use a PVC tubing for support and for them to have little places to hide. But this is the quarantine tank. The blue hippo tank, which is people know from Finding Nemo as Dory, can live 30 years. The clownfish can live 30 years. All tanks can live 30 years. If they are not living 30 years, and they live in 30 days or something, then the problem is not them, the problem is you. If you look at this tube here, going up, and the little pump on the side there, it's attached to the side to something right here called an ultraviolet sterilizer. The water goes through there and every parasite is zapped with ultraviolet rays to destroy any parasites. And you also feed well and medicate and keep the water parameters up to par. In my next video, you will see these guys in the main system. So, going back outside to the basement where this tank is at, they will be in here very shortly. You look at this guy here, the beautiful powder blue tank. Everybody seemed to find it impossible to keep. And you know why? Because he's very prone to parasites. But once you clean him, quarantine him, and you feed right, you see what I have in here, right? Here's the purple tank. Here's a lovely, lovely nasal tank. And as she gets older, she's going to develop streams on the back of her fins. It's going to be beautiful. And she's going to get an orange mouth. And she's going to be, that's the Johnny tank. This is just the update for those who are interested, and I'll be very happy to help anyone establish an aquarium. I had one gentleman came to the house with his wife and interested in aquarium, and I told him what not to buy, and that you cannot make this tank happen overnight. But I guess for the sake of jealousy, he went out there and spent thousands of dollars, and his wife was mad about it because everything died. Because for some reason, he didn't want to take advice from another man. All of us must learn. That's the name of the game in life, is learning. Learning is earning. You don't want to invest in things and it don't work because you're hard-headed and you don't want to listen. That's not how it works. Not for me, at least. I also wrote a book many years ago about the aquarium hobby And I'm going to see if I can revise that and put it on Amazon. Another thing is you just can't put table salt in here and everything else like that. No, this is ocean salt. And you have to make up your salt mix before you put it in your aquarium. And the salt levels must stay accurate. That's why we use a refractometer. A refractometer, you put a few drops of the water into it and it tells you the exact salinity of the water. If it needs more salt, then you add it. And then when it's thoroughly mixed, you add it to your aquarium. Now you don't add salt water to your tank when your water evaporates because you'll make it saltier. You add fresh water to your aquarium when it starts evaporating. That's what you do. Learn to educate. Patience is everything in life. No matter what you do, you must educate yourself and you must have patience. It's the only way it's going to work. I appreciate those who are constantly inquiring about the aquarium. Many have come and seen it in person. One brother came over, he said, "Man, I feel like I'm drowning sitting next to this thing." And I told him, I said, "This is nothing compared to some of my friends who get 5,000-gallon tanks and all this other stuff. This is just 280 gallons. It's 6.5 feet long. From the bottom of the stand up, it's about 6 feet high, and it's about 4 feet wide on the side. I would love to share the hobby with those who are interested in it. You know, I love it. And this is a small fraction of creation. There's no evolution in nothing. Everything was created by Jehovah God. Everything. Just accept that. Nothing evolves. There's no man coming from apes. If that was the point, how come there's still apes now? You don't see them evolving or nothing. How about giving the credit to the one who deserves the credit? All of this is for our enjoyment, and it's our responsibility to be responsible to take care of things properly. As I said, this fish here, the Dejani tank, can last 30 years. It'll probably outlive me now. But if it lasts a couple of days, the problem is not the fish, the problem is you. Feed properly, give them high quality, vitamin enriched foods, and you'll have a success like this. I'm just trying to educate. It's not about being better than no one, because no one is better than anyone. I believe in each one teach one. I had to learn, now you must learn. If you want to be successful with it. That's the way it is. You want success, then you must be willing to learn. I have that same problem with a lot of people who want to sing. They don't want to listen. They got ways and habits, but your ways and habits is not doing anything for you. You're not doing anything with it. If someone is traveling the world with what they have, me, myself, I would listen. I would not be rebellious. Oh, I don't want to wear this. Why we got to do this? Why we got to do that? My suggestion is then you go ahead and do it your way. And if your way works, I'll follow you. Same thing in life. You must learn to listen. And many people say, oh, the truth will set you free, but they are not willing to let go of the lies that hold them hostage. You want things to be truthful, then live truth. Stop living in fantasy. Stop living in delusions. Stop thinking that one day is going to change your life. Stop thinking that a new year is going to be new everything. It's going to be still wickedness out here, no matter what year it is, until the one who created all puts a stop to it. No government, no man, no one. Remember that. When you're mentally enslaved to things that mean nothing, then you're held hostage by them. Eliminate it. Educate yourself. Keep moving. And remember, as I said, motion is lotion. No matter how you ache, no matter how you feel, try your best to move. Motion is lotion. It lubricates your joints, helps your mind focus. Don't wallow in pity, because we all have it. Don't feel depressed on a certain day of a calendar when all year is the same. You know, it doesn't matter when a person dies. The point is they died. Don't matter, oh, they died on this day, they died on that day. A day is a day when someone's dying. And that's the problem. And it's going to come to a time where sickness and death will be no more. You just got to believe in the truth. Not man-made customs, not nonsense coming out of somebody's face, but the truth. And watch and see how different things work for you. As I said, here's a side view. This baby is wide on the side, about 4 feet wide. And I have lights. These lights, you just don't click on and off. These lights ramp up and ramp down like sunrise to sunset. I'll give a video of when they're ramping down in the evenings. And everything mimics natural sunlight and natural daylight, and that's how things thrive. Just appreciate those who are interested and those who keep asking, hey, how's your aquarium doing? I'll be glad to have you over. And you can see it in person. It'll be an awesome thing. Would love to have you. And remember, learn to treat people properly. And don't go around striving to be well known. Strive to be worth knowing. Stop gossiping about other people's lives and other celebrities and all these theories and everything. That doesn't benefit you mentally. Do things that's going to benefit you mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually. Then you will see a difference in life. If you're not willing to learn, you read the whole Bible of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs, it talks about the stupid one. Only a person who's stupid doesn't want to learn anything. And remember, a stupid person is not a person who can't learn. A stupid person is a person who refuses to learn. It's a big difference. Let's make it happen. Let's enjoy ourselves every day. Put away depressions on one day when every day is the same. There is no New Year's and new beginning. It's a day. And everything will be the same until God himself changes it. It will completely be wicked out here because this whole world is ran by Satan. Doesn't the scripture says the whole world is lying in the power of the wicked one? And remember, those New Year's days are celebrated 12 different days all over the world. It's nothing but a day. Made by man, made by the Romans, who were notorious for killing people. Let's just educate one another. Let's do things properly. Don't make rumors about people. And you children, make sure that you be in touch with your parents, because one day they won't be here for you. And they won't hear you crying at their funerals. Show respect now. Hey, hoping your news is good news. This is Stuart Orlando Morgan. Remember, learning is earning, and each one teach one. Later.